All right, dear.
Welcome back to Briggs on Books. I'm your host, Mike Briggs, where we talk to authors, we talk to publishers, editors, book cover designers, paginators. I think we're going to find out today what a paginator is. People who help you get your book out there. Now, I know most of our viewers have written books and they haven't got it out there yet or haven't finished writing it. So we have guests on the show who help you do that. And we have one coming up today who does just that. But also, my guest today got it done. She is an author as well as somebody who helps people get published. Kathleen Kline, welcome.
Hi there.
By the way, here's the cover of your book. It's a memoir, My Life in the Dark. And I'm going to ask you about that a bit. But getting yourself published, there's so many steps in there. And I mentioned Paginator. I saw that in your bio.
Yeah.
But what are the steps? Once someone's finished writing a book, what steps do you have to take before it gets published?
Well, Mike, what we have to do is we have to edit it, make sure that it's as clean as possible. We have to format it for whatever size book comes out. So whether it's an 8x11 like my writing planner, or a 6x9 like this current book, or if it's hardback or ebook. So a paginator helps do that. They also build covers as well. At least the way I was trained, that's what we do.
So there's a lot of steps that people don't even realize. And
absolutely.
I know there's people out there offering to help, and there's people out there who take advantage of new authors.
There are, and it makes me angry.
Yeah.
I know that you've met a couple of my clients, like Joy Roche, who didn't know how to put her book up on Amazon.
Right.
Now, I don't need to be your publisher to do that, but I will tutor you through that.
Get you through
so
that.
you can put more than one book up.
Yeah. Now, by the way, it's called Dragonfly. What's the name of your company?
Dragonfly Editing and Publishing.
Right. I have had more authors on the show that Kathleen has helped than any other person, so thank you, Kathleen, for helping all those people. They had great books and they just needed to get across that finish line, and you helped them. I've had quite a few of your people on there. So Kathleen's one of the good ones. Don't get taken advantage of out there. Talk to Kathleen if you're writing a book. I guess you want people to contact you for that.
Sure, they can contact me off the webpage, or one of the things I do is I was taught, because I'm also an author, we have to be on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
So I'm on Facebook, on my personal page, my business page, Twitter, TikTok, not Twitter, I take that back, Instagram and TikTok. Yeah. And then I have my author page where I do a blog.
Right. By the way, I can't tell you how many authors we have on the show that don't have any of that. They don't even have a web page. And we like to, when people watch our show, we want to send them someplace, and a web page is a great place to send people. So
it is.
So talk to Kathleen; she knows what she's talking about. And by the way, I have her web address on the screen. Dragonfly, Kathleen.
That's my my author page that you have there, the Kathleen Dragonfly Desk. But you can reach me there too.
Yeah. Start there. You'll find her. She's everywhere. And we have your Instagram. This is your author Instagram, I guess. The Kathleen Kline. Yeah. Now, any good expert has had to have gone through the trials themselves. And here's a book. Did this just come out?
Yes, it actually debuted March 1st, My Life in the Dark. It's a memoir. I was not blessed to have some wrinkle-free life. So I made a promise to my creator that I would be brave enough to share this, and it is a marriage built on lies that I was married in.
Tell us a little bit about that. You said the marriage license had lies on it?
There were 12 lies on my marriage license.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a start.
Yeah. Well, literally your name counts.
Yeah.
Your birth date counts.
Yeah.
The country and the state you're from count. Yeah.
I do. I search records as part of my genealogy project, and we count on those documents to be factual.
Yes. Well, and it made my children's birth certificates incorrect.
It messed up everything. It just stays and keeps messing things up.
Yeah.
Well, tell us where this memoir takes us from the beginning.
Well, it starts with I take you down the track of when I found out. So my husband left me, said, I want you to come visit me in a year, no matter where I am and no matter where I call from. I'm like, oh, sure, honey. Not. But I thought he was mentally unstable. So I sought some assistance, and that's in the book. And then I find out that there are 12 lies on my marriage certificate. I go through the domestic violence that I was subjected to, a couple of tragedies where we could have gotten, my children and myself, even more hurt. And I share the stress and the strain of it. I didn't know how to fill out a restraining order when I was married, but because I wrote this in a smoother novel presentation, I take the reader down the steps how to do it without it being a textbook.
No.
I share that there's going to be a lot of safe houses. I moved my children 9 times in 3 years, and the 10th one was 2,200 miles away, and he still found us.
Wow. Yeah. Now, you're not the first or the last to go through these things.
And it's not just a woman thing, Mike. This happens to men, too.
Yeah. Who's this book for? Who should be reading this?
This is for someone who likes a thriller.
Okay.
This is for someone who's ever been down this path of domestic violence and wants to know they're not alone. This is for someone whose children, sisters, wives, brothers, whatever, have been down this and they want to know a little bit more about it. I had one review from Canada say she didn't know anything about domestic violence, but now she's more aware.
Yeah. How about somebody who's in the middle of it? What if I gifted this book to somebody who's right in the middle of it? You think I could give them a path out or a chart a course for them?
Absolutely, because I have been able to incorporate where to go, family crisis centers, all that, how to get to the court and be protected, how to utilize our police departments and our judges to protect us. Although a piece of paper is difficult, it gives us something to have as our background.
Okay.
And the safe houses and traveling and getting free when you need to.
Right. Now, you didn't know about any of these things, about where the shelters were or how to get a restraining order, none of those things. So maybe somebody who's in the middle of this can, learn from things you've been through already.
Yes, and to know that your feelings that you're feeling are normal. That was one of the things that I got in some of my review groups is, oh my goodness, now I know what that looks like, and wow, that was normal.
Yeah. And yours is more in like you said, not a textbook. It's a story form. It's in a narrative that brings people through the story. Do you think it would help people who are, again, in the middle of it? I keep going back to that, but hey, there is a way out and there is an end. There is
an end. There is absolutely, and it's to inspire, to encourage, because I had some people in my life that helped me. They inspired me, and they had been through domestic violence themselves and were on the other side of it.
Yeah, so there is another side. Sounds like this book would be a great gift for a lot of people. If people like me who like to give away books, don't go and order 1 copy of this. Order 5 copies for goodness sakes. And
please do, yeah. Well, and the other thing too is somebody wrote, even if you're not in domestic violence, it's a great thriller.
It's a thriller.
People do like to read memoirs that are inspiring.
Yeah. But I know this just came out, and any thoughts of a movie? I mean, it really reads like a movie to me.
Well, and I appreciate that. I have 2 or 3 people already suggesting that it is presented to producers. Yes.
Yeah. That's great. By the way, I've had the cover up a few times, but once again, here it is. It's quite a striking cover, and you're in the business of helping people get their book covers, so you know how important that is.
Yes, this is something I worked on.
Yeah, I bet you spent a lot of time on that. Now, where can we get it? Can we order it from your site?
You can actually order it through Amazon, okay, and it comes in ebook form or in print form, so you can, read it on your lunch times. Or you can contact me and you can get an author signed copy. Absolutely.
Whenever I could buy a book directly from the author, I mean, it usually costs the same amount of money. I like to
It
do
does.
that, yeah. And then you have a little, relationship with the author, and sometimes they remember you, and you can say,
Right. So you can get me at the Kathleen Dragonfly desk, or if you're a Facebook person, pop me a note, or you can go on to my publishing company, which is Dragonfly Editing and Publishing.com, and there is a contact spot there too. I'd love to talk with readers.
yeah, that's
Because
great.
maybe somebody needs some help to get free.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You help a lot of people, not just in this domestic violence area, but you help so many authors, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate when your authors come on our show because they're so prepared. They've got the media presence. They have a little blurb on their book. Everything's all together, and that's very good. So people should contact you if they're writing a book. By the way, what if people can't finish writing? They're almost to the end. Do you have resources that can help them get to the end and stop writing?
Absolutely. So part of my coaching part of my business is I can help you finish that book, right? And I know sometimes it's, we get this thing called imposter syndrome where we think, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to want to read it. By the way, this publisher and editor had these moments in February.
Yeah.
I got nervous. So I took a minute. I went to one of my counselors, if you will, and they said, no, you got this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's part of writing coaching, publishing, editing, is to help people reach their final goals.
Yeah. And I know, because we talk to authors and people writing books and trying to finish, there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there who are just right at the end. And someone like Kathleen, I think you could help them get across that finish line.
Yes, that's my goal, because there's a book in every one of us.
Yep. Now, by the way, we have to close because we've gone way past our time. I could talk to you all day, Kathleen. Here is the book, My Life in the Darkness, by Kathleen M. Kline, and it's on Amazon. And again, and I want to say thank you for being so brave to write this book. It was a very brave thing you did. And there is sometimes a stigma on things like this, but the more people who talk about it, it's way better. And also,
Yeah.
so thank you for being so brave, and thank you for helping all those authors get their books out there.
Well, thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me on, and I'll look forward to, because I'm already editing my next book.
That's great. We'll have you back. Thanks,
All right.
Kathleen, and we'll be back with another author right after this.
All right, thank you.